I previously made a video titled Why You Will Fail Before Even Moving to Thailand, and went through 5 types of attitudes that would come back to bite you in the ass if you moved here. And in this video, I want to follow on from it by taking a look at 5 reasons why moving to Thailand could ruin your life. So if you're planning on moving to Thailand in your 20s or 30s and are convinced that everything is going to remain fun for decades, you may want to pay attention, because it's not just your regular talking points like the weather or pollution that are major negatives about living in Thailand. I'm actually referring to when a lot of foreigners arrive here, they don't realize that their level of expenditure often transports them instantly into an upper middle class lifestyle. For the foreigners moving here, they're not actually members of the upper middle class. They're temporary guests, because weirdly enough, renting a $500 modern condo in Bangkok doesn't make you rich. There's a slight difference between generating wealth and making a TikTok of rented infinity pool access. Instead of actually building wealth here, most foreigners on social media in Thailand are simply flaunting things that are being rented, leased, or hired. Sometimes that even includes the people with them. But try and think of the last time you saw a foreigner in Thailand under 40 talking about their mortgage, their investments, or their pension planning. When people advise budgets here, they never discuss investing or saving for retirement, let alone major life changes like having kids. While that $1,500, $2,000 budget may sound great as a single living in Bangkok at 35, 20 years, 1 wife and 1 kid later, that budget is going to be a fucking nightmare. And if you're thinking, fine, I'll just move to Thailand and won't get married or have kids, then welcome to the next point. If you move to Thailand at 25, you probably have around 70% of your life left to live, and moving here often means you're sacrificing just as much as you're gaining by doing so, often even more so if you're a Western woman. No matter how many times you post that you love Thai food, Thai culture, or Thai people, for the rest of your life in Thailand, you will always be an outsider. You'll always be a non-citizen. You have no access to social benefits or voting. You will be unable to own property in your name, only ever be understood by a tiny percentage of the population, and you'll be creating incredible limitations for the rest of your life on what access to the workforce and the economy that you have. Somebody leaves Thailand saying, I like it here, but I actually want to live in a country where I can own land, do any type of work that I want, be understood and relate to most of the people. It's really failing, or saying Thailand doesn't offer me what I want out of life. Sometimes returning isn't even an option, as foreigners may apply a scorched earth policy when making the move here, screwing up their employment opportunities, their credit history, or their ability to rent if they ever return to their own country. But by far, the most insane decision I see a lot of foreigners making when they're moving to Thailand is coming here and becoming so self-absorbed with their own pleasure and gratification that they don't even consider the idea of having families anymore. After all, how many guys come here lauding the traditional aspect of Thai women as a reason for getting a one-way ticket? Once foreigners experience a prolonged period of I want, me, mine, now. They become selfish, they become inward focused, and they only are prepared to invest time in things that provide them with instant gratification. Consider drinking, drugs, sex, social media, attention. So when you make decisions that drastically affect your future here, and you are just by moving here, understand that there's a good chance you won't be able to stick with those decisions, or you'll come to regret them later, and then it might be too late to do anything but suck it up and deal with it for the rest of your life. I mentioned previously that most foreigners move over here with their savings and take up an upper middle class lifestyle, albeit temporarily, but the typical way to sustain that type of lifestyle throughout the world is by meeting or networking or associating with other people living in that demographic. Problem in Thailand is that upper middle class Thais see no value in befriending Falungs. We're cash rich but asset poor. They know most Falungs are simply masquerading as wealthy while just blowing through their savings. Thais earn their money through the local economy, which is something that foreigners are not allowed to do. We also don't speak the same language, we don't share the same culture, and we don't operate with the same business thinking. Thais also have the same level of nationalist prejudice as your typical citizen from a developed country, and it's pretty common that wealthier Thais view Phalangs from a patronizing, exotic viewpoint, or they don't even consider us for a single second. So if we can't associate with the upper middle class, then at least they're still the middle class, right? Well, while you'll get more interaction with foreigners who might date women in this demographic, you often find most Westerners and the Thai middle class barely cross paths here. Middle class Thais live in working class areas. They spend their days inside at their jobs and spend their weekends associating with their friends from work, university, or their community. Meanwhile, foreigners live in glossy, overpriced tourist zones. They spend their time in overpriced tourist areas. They rarely learn Thai, and they rarely make Thai friends that they aren't trying to fuck or get drunk with. So if we mostly don't associate with the wealthy or the middle class here, what you end up with is cash-rich, asset-poor foreigners in Thailand who mostly end up associating with two different groups. A, foreigners in a similar position to them, or B, poor Thai people. And this might sound nuts, but you only have to listen to how a lot of foreigners speak about Thailand. There's an obsession with red light districts, dating bar girls, viewing chronic alcoholism as normal, gloating about how little they spend each month, and arguing against owning any assets in the country. It's not exactly country club type of talk. Life is much more a case of not what you know, but who you know the world over. And as a foreigner moving to Thailand, if all you know or associate with are lower class Thais, then don't be surprised when you become a product of your environment here. Once you relocate here, the word Thailand will instantly become a massive part of your vocabulary, and the amount your identity will begin to be defined simply by living here is insane. Problem though is that there's also hundreds of thousands of other people here who fit that exact identity as well. Thai expats, foreigners who are moved to Thailand, Phalangs living here. So if you begin viewing yourself or labeling yourself or presenting yourself to people where your entire identity is based around moving here, soon enough, you're not going to have any identity at all. And with the increased importance on personal branding nowadays, it means everybody and sundry is looking for an aspect to uniquely market themselves from the rest of the herd. So moving to an exotic country like Thailand is a very easy crux to fall hard on in finding that uniqueness. The only problem is that no one here gives a shit. Every new Thai person you meet will treat you like you just arrived fresh off the plane. Every foreigner you meet already living here will simply view you as another schmuck attempting to make a life here. For people making social media here, the only way to keep up this facade of being the Thai expat is by basing your lifestyle around playing a role of what a vacationer wants to do here, not what a person living here needs to do. Life is meant to be hard, boring, and downright difficult at times. You're not meant to enjoy every minute of every fucking day, be trying to make people jealous of everything you do every time you leave your house, or behaving like everything is perfect 24/7. It's pretty difficult not to laugh every time I see or read someone saying that they've been in Thailand for a week and it's changed their life. Suddenly they're more interesting, more outgoing, feeling like their true selves, living their best life, or whatever bunch of bullshit they want to call it. And then there's the people who simply imply that Thailand changed everything about them. Thailand is a country where people mostly have extreme views of it, and that viewpoint doesn't reflect the country. Instead, it reflects what experience the person is currently getting out of Thailand. If they're having a great time, Thailand is the best place on earth. If they're having a bad time, Thailand is a cruel, terrible place that hates foreigners. You can enjoy your life here, but don't assume that simply being here gives you a new identity or is going to be the impetus for things to change for the better. You still have to continue working on yourself rather than assuming Thailand is now going to do everything for you instead. We're not exactly dating the cream of the crop in Thailand. Like, simply just turn on the TV here and look at the type of women Thais idolize, and then look at the women most Phalangs are dating if you want to simply see the difference in aesthetics that we're attracting compared to Thai men with actual value. Attractive Thai guys with strong value are dating beautiful doctors, engineers, business owners, lawyers, and leaders of the community, not women who spend their weeknights getting pissed trying to meet Phalangs on Khao San Road or trawling dating apps for foreigners to improve their livelihoods. Thailand is very close to becoming a developed, not a developing country, which means Dual incomes are common here. The cost of living is rising. In 2025 Thailand, a comfortable middle-class family lifestyle here that affords good housing, education, medical, and future planning will require at the very least a budget of $5,000 a month after tax. But you're more so looking at $8,000 to $12,000 if you want to do it with comfort, depending on where you live. That equates to over $100,000 a year. So having a partner who contributes to the income instead of draining it isn't just a benefit, it's practically essential to make sure your life doesn't become one filled with dependence, bringing down your lifestyle here. Because I highly doubt you're going to find someone who has marketed herself as eye candy to become a good contributor to the household income. When dating someone in Thailand, try not to let things like loneliness, horniness, or accessibility affect your relationship decisions so much that you don't consider anything beyond I feel good about this now. Thai girls lock relationships down faster than a fucking Concorde and make it emotionally difficult to walk away from easily here. Thailand is only getting more and more expensive, and there's the whole other 99% of life to deal with when you're not fucking someone. As I said in the previous video about failing, moving to Thailand isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. You don't request a winner's medal at the 2-mile marker. You get it when you're 6 feet under. Every day, every month, every year, he will throw new challenges at you. They're part and parcel of the shittiness of life. Try to consider, evaluate, and assess them regularly to make sure that living in Thailand won't just be fun for 2 years and then a prison for 40. Moderation, sensibility, planning, and logic are the keys to survival here, not simply time. Finding a Falang who has been here for 20 years isn't that difficult. Finding a Falang who has been here for 20 years and is living a stable, mentally sound, financially secure, viceless, happy existence, well, that's a completely fucking different story. I'm Logan in Thailand. Thanks for watching.